Hey guys, welcome back. Grussendorf here with another fantastic review. Today I'm coming to you live from the Super One store here in Duluth, Minnesota. And today we're going to be doing a cooking experiment. Well, not really an experiment, but we're just going to teach you how to cook something, and I'll give you the title of what we're going to be cooking later on. So some of the groceries that we're going to want to get here is basically some burger, some chips. We're going to look at probably some peppers, some good mushrooms and everything like that here. So let's go ahead and find those chips here right away. So that's all I need to get left here. So all right, here we go. How you doing, sir? Okay, so people are looking at me like, what am I doing here? So okay, so we got to find the bags of chips. So let's go down this aisle right here, and the bags of chips that I'm going to be using for this meal is going to be your basically your just, what is the whole salsa style chips. So here we go. Here. Okay, so we got those. Perfect. So now all we have left to do here is we've got to grab some salsa, some onions and everything like that, but I'll give you a full list of what exactly we're going to be doing here and products that you're going to be eating. So all right, I'll be back. Hey guys, welcome back to Grussendorf's fantastic review, coming to you now live from the kitchen. Earlier you saw that we were doing a little bit of a grocery shopping here to get prepared for what we're going to be doing here. So now we're going to be in the kitchen and we're going to actually start going here. So what we're going to be making here today is something called the ground turkey stuff. Yes, a very professional name. This is actually a concoction that my sister made up. So thank you very much for the wonderful recipe there. So we were talking on the phone this morning trying to figure out, well, what is the name of the stuff that you usually make? And we came up with the ground turkey stuff. So we're going to be making the ground turkey stuff. The ingredients that you're going to want to have is, I'm going to do kind of a double batch here. So if you want to do a triple batch, just add another item to what or another couple items to what I'm going to show you. If you want to do a single batch, just minus an item or two. I'm going to be doing ground turkey, so I'm going to be doing 2 pounds of the ground turkey. You can do ground beef, that's fine, whatever. I like the ground turkey because it's healthier for you. And these were actually reduced price today on sale. I don't know why, but it's like $1.99 for a pound. That's a heck of a deal when like hamburger was like, I don't know, $5 or $6 or whatever. We're going to be doing the baby Bella mushrooms. So again, we're going to be doing 2 packs of those. Back up here a little bit, 2 pounds of the ground turkey. We're going to be doing 2 onions in there. We're going to be doing a red and an orange pepper. You can do any kind of peppers you want. You can do 2 greens, 2 reds, 2 oranges, 1 yellow, 1 green, whatever you want to do. I'm doing just these 2 colors because these are really good. We're going to do 1 nice big large bag of the baby spinach there. And then when as far as like the seasonings go, basically just a real simple seasoning called the cayenne pepper. I like that because I like a little bit of spice in there. But I'm going to be doing just a tad bit of salt. It's kind of one of those little meals that you don't really want to have a lot of salt in because it's kind of a salt-free thing. So I'm going to be eating it with the chips, the salsa, that there. Of course, another item that you have to have is your 1-second slicer, which I know you saw on my previous video. That's going to be cutting up all the vegetables and everything like that. So fantastic. I'm excited to use that. I know sometimes you get hungry, so while you're cooking everything, so I mean, if you want to sample as you're cooking, that's fine, but what I like to do is I like to snack. My choice of snack today is Jiffy or natural Jif cream peanut butter and banana and stuff, and then so what we're also gonna do, if you want some background music or whatever, usually what I have going on is in the living room is I've got Three's Company going. Yep, so that's what we're gonna be doing. So you don't have to just listen in silence. So okay. Hey guys, welcome back. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna get some vegetables all prepped up. We're gonna be putting them in the little pan over here, and we're gonna start frying that up. So you want to put your element on, I don't know, probably 7.5 right now. We're gonna go ahead and take our 1-second slicer here, and we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start with some onions here real quick. So we're gonna just put these in here, just like I showed you in the previous video. Pretty simple. I think you can see that. Oh yeah, yep. I mean, this is the 2nd time using the slicer now, and I'm super excited to use it. It's just awesome. Why don't I get all these over here so I don't have to keep on going backwards like that? I mean, this is just fun. I really wanted to, finish up what I was eating before, so I could just go ahead and use this thing again. So, yeah, this is a really fun item to use. Oh yeah. So we're gonna do that. Here's a big one. Oh man, I'm actually starting to get pretty doggone good at this. So even though I've only used it a couple times. So we're gonna get this in here. You can even go ahead and try to julienne them, which, oh, that was interesting. That worked out pretty well. A little bigger piece. Okay, so that's basically 2 onions that I did here. So that's gonna be that. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and take our onions. We're gonna go ahead and put them in the pan, like so. Try to get them all out of there if you can. You can see that. Okay, good. Yep, go ahead and put them in there like that. And then while those are frying up, don't forget to get your spat or your little tool for stirring them. So let's just put that on there and see if that burns down. So then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take some peppers now, and we're just gonna get these all kind of prepped up while those are frying. And then once these are all done frying, then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna take my ground turkey and I'm gonna go ahead and put that in the bigger pan, and we're gonna brown that. You gotta make sure you brown that, because otherwise, well, if it's not cooked properly, you could get sick. So yeah, so we're just gonna go ahead and we're just, oh, I actually forgot a couple onions here. Let's just go ahead and do the whole entire thing. So yeah, so okay, well, we're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna continue with that, and then I'll be back with well, browning of the ground turkey, which I'm sure pretty much everybody in the whole nation knows how to brown turkey or hamburger, but I want to show it anyways because it's fun to show. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, here we are back now. We got all the peppers and the onions all cut up here, and next we're gonna be doing, at some point we're gonna be doing all the mushrooms here as well. But over here, I'll move this pot so you can see it. I'm just doing all the onions in the pan here. You want to make sure they're all nice, and I mean, they're not getting quite brown yet because I kind of just put them on. So all right, we're just gonna get those here. We're gonna do that. My 1 second slicer here is already full of some more onions in there and all my peppers and stuff, so I really can't do my mushrooms quite yet, but because I really don't have another pan going. I don't really want to do another pan, but I don't know, you can't really see this, but as you know, I'm keeping the kitchen nice and clean as I go along here. Something I always like to recommend is, you know, when you put in your, see, I don't need these chips yet, so when I'm doing the spatulas, I always like to have it on something like a piece of paper towel like that. Just keeps it from getting the counter dirty or whatever. I like to have the garbage close by. So yeah, so we're just gonna kind of keep on going here, and we're gonna figure out how to brown these onions up here. And now keep in mind, I am not a professional chef by any means. I really just kind of started cooking here. I mean, I've had the stove here for probably, I don't know, maybe 7 years, and it's like in the last month I've been using it more than I have in probably 8 years combined. So that's basically a new stove. Ooh, onions are kind of burning, making you cry a little bit. Okay, here we go. So now I put some of the meat in there. I still got the onions going here. They're taking a little bit longer than expected, but I suppose that's really how long it takes onions to fry. So those are going. I got the ground turkey in here. I'm just kind of starting to slowly brown that. I don't want to burn it, so I have my element. Oh, I can probably turn that up a little bit. I have it at about 7.5 right now, out of whatever, up to high, I guess. My onions are at 8 out of 2 more little notches, and it's high, but I don't want to burn those either. So we're just gonna go ahead and of course, or the wooden thing, the handle thing goes right on the towel there. And I did some more cleaning up here as well, because you want to create a lot of counter real estate. So why have all your stuff all over the countertop and you can't put anything on there? You might as well clean it, get it out of here. So I'm excited to do these mushrooms. These are a little bit bigger mushrooms instead of getting the sliced ones, because I'm going to use the 1 second chop or 1 second slicer here for that. So I'm very, very excited. I was very happy when I purchased these in the store today. I'm like, oh, I'm going to try the bigger ones and see. I just put them in there, do that. So I'm very excited to see how that works out. Something I picked up the other day too is, yeah, you have to have some knives for any kind of kitchen cleaning you're doing. I don't know if you can see this, but I picked up a new knife set, which is pretty slick. It's the Chicago Cutlery 18-piece set. I don't know, it has a pair of scissors in there. You can, I don't know, cut that rope that comes off of, that comes on, you know, like roasts and stuff. Sometimes they have like a rope on there to keep them together. Has a built-in knife sharpener, so you just take this here knife and go in and just kind of, I don't know, sharpen it like that. Pretty cool. So I'm kind of having fun with that there. But so let's see how these onions are doing here now. I don't know, they're getting kind of black on the bottom. So we don't want black onions. We want nice golden brown. That's what I like. Golden brown, kind of like roasting a marshmallow. You know, that nice golden brown look. It's not. You don't want it black. That's just not right. They're pretty potent onions in here. Good thing I used the 1 second slicer for these, because these are really potent. I would be really tearing up. Oh, these are coming nicely now. Let's go ahead and check our meat here. Oh yeah, meat, I can probably go up a little bit higher on the element there. Oh yeah, this is working out really slick. So once the meat, I mean the onions are almost getting close to being done, as you can see, how they're really discoloring now. Once the meat is done and browned, I'll go ahead and I'll dump the onions into the meat and kind of start stirring that around. And then I'll go ahead and I'll put the vegetables, the peppers, and a few of the other onions that I have in there into that pan, start frying that up, then I'll be able to chop up the mushrooms. So, okay, let's just let that go for a little bit. Okay, here we're back now. So here's the onions, perfectly brown. The meat here is nice and brown, so there's no red, no raw meat in there. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put these. Let's see, you can see. Yep, you can see it perfect. The onions go into the pot here like that. And I'm gonna go ahead and put this back on the element. We're gonna take the 1 second slicer carefully with both hands. We're gonna take the top off. We're just gonna go ahead and put the vegetables in there. Ooh, you can hear it just sizzling in there. Man, that's great. Just like, whoop. A couple of guys are getting away, so we're gonna go ahead and put that on there like that. And then, so now we're just gonna go ahead and let those fry up there for a little bit. Now let's try these big mushrooms here. Let's see, I think you can see that. Yep, big mushrooms. Let's just try one for now. Oh, perfect. Yep, excellent. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and just start chopping up some of these. Ooh, these are big ones. We just go one at a time, or you can maybe do two at a time. That's wonderful. Let's go 1, 2. Let's try 3. Yep, 3. Oh yeah, that works out perfect. Fills up nicely, and then I'll do the mushrooms after the vegetables are done. Mushrooms don't take that long, which is actually pretty nice. So since they don't take so long, we're gonna be good to go. Okay, so I will let these. Oh, we got to make sure you stir in the onions. Gotta stir the onions in. Stir the onions in here. Make sure it's all about. Make sure you're not burning your meat. See, pretty much now it can just kind of be on low, the temperature for the meat and everything that you're frying up in the other pan that you're actually putting into the pot here. Just go ahead and put that on low, because there's nothing really more to cook. I mean, it's all just kind of keeping it nice and soft, and maybe cooking a little bit in there from stuff that maybe didn't cook as much in the other pan there. But that's going to be just fine right there. So we're getting close to being done here. So we'll come back in when the mushrooms are frying, and we'll go from there. The peppers are still kind of going here a little bit, so they usually take a little bit more time than the mushrooms do. So probably now would be that fantastic time to maybe invest in that banana and that peanut butter that I was mentioning earlier for like a little bit of a snack. I mean, you can have whatever snack you want, but I choose the peanut butter and the banana, because I was gonna have an egg this morning, but I ran out of eggs, so it's about 10:46 and I'm kind of getting hungry, so I just take the peanut butter. The banana, man, it's good. That is really good. I just like to take a look to see what's going on here, making sure the kitchen's clean. Of course, I got Three's Company on in the background, so maybe I'll sit and watch that for a little bit, but you always gotta monitor what's going on in the thing here. So we're just gonna eat the banana and peanut butter, and then we'll be back with frying up the mushrooms. Okay. That's good. That's good. Okay. Hey guys, we're welcome back here. Now we got our banana all eaten up, and we got some energy in here. The peppers are pretty well done. We're gonna go ahead and put those into the concoction here. Yeah, look at that in there. Boy. Okay, making sure our elements are okay. We're gonna go ahead and stir that in here right now. This is really looking real good right now. You can see how it's kind of starting to come together. So, yeah, we're just gonna stir that in there. Boy. Okay. That's in there. Put the lid on. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and put the mushrooms into the pan here. Make sure you put your hand over the 1 second slicer container so the mushrooms don't get all over your stove and land on the burner and start frying, because man, that stinks, and it's kind of tough to get off. But luckily I have a really good solution that I use for cleaning the glass stovetop. So there, so now we got our mushrooms in there, and we're gonna let those fry up here. And then while those are frying up, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna actually clean up the rest of the kitchen here. So, and back, okay, here we go. So we got the mushrooms all done, and boy, they sure shrink, because this was all full to the top like a tower, but as you well know, when you're cooking up mushrooms, they shrink. But man, they look good. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put that into our concoction here. Now normally, if I wasn't filming or doing this, I would be taking this here pan and I'd be washing it up right away, getting it out of the kitchen so I have you know, a little bit more space here to monkey with stuff. But just for what we're doing here is we're going to not do that quite yet. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna stir it all in and mix it all up. Oh man, this is tremendous. Okay, something really quick here I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this salt. Remember, we're not gonna put too much salt in here, so I'm just gonna pour a little bit in my hand. And basically we're just gonna do a pinch of salt in here, because I don't want a whole lot, so just gonna do a pinch of salt. Just like that, perfect. Throw the rest over your shoulder, let the cat eat it up, and you're gonna be good to go. Mix that in there really nice. I mean, you might not taste the salt, but it's there. But what I like to use is the cayenne pepper. So again, you gotta be careful. I'm not gonna do a pinch of this. I'm not gonna touch it with my fingers. So we're just gonna go ahead and just kind of drizzle it on in there, make it all nice and red. Ooh. And then what's nice too is you don't have to do a whole lot, because if you're gonna feed this to your family or to other friends or anything like that, they might not like a lot of spice. So they can add as they go along. So when you put this in your bowl, you can add more spice if you want. You can have it, you know, at their disposal if you want. So now we got that all mixed in here. Whew, dang, that's smelling good. It's hot though. I can turn that down. Okay, so now the last ingredient that we are going to go ahead and put in here. And remember, all the vegetables that I put in here, I cleaned them, I washed them and everything, put them underneath the faucet, including my baby spinach. So here is what we're gonna do. This kind of gets tricky, so I usually do a couple handfuls at a time. Depends on how much you want in there. If something falls in the burner, grab it really quick. Don't burn your fingers. So I put a little bit in there right now, and something you'll really notice, it looks like, how are you supposed to scoop that? Well, over time, as this is cooking, those little shrimp things, those little spinach things will shrink down, and they'll get real small, and they'll just be just throughout your whole entire dish. So I go ahead and I just stir it up like this, like that, a little bit. Yep, kind of get those all in there. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna invest in an overhead camera at some point so you can actually see right down on what I'm doing, or maybe I'll wear the GoPro on the head and do that way too. Bear with me, it's my first time kind of doing this, so. Okay, so now as you can see already, I'll bring it over there. You just hang tight. Just hold on, don't go anywhere. Okay, so now, as you can see how it all shrunk down in there? So, I mean, it shrinks pretty quick and just kind of shrivels up. So we're just gonna go ahead and throw the rest of it. It's gonna be a lot of spinach in there. Oh man. Whew, that burner was still a little hot. So we're gonna go ahead and just kind of put this in here. Mix it all up, everything like that. I like to put the lid on at some point here to really get that steam in there. Shoot. Oh, it's tasting good. A little piece of meat there. That was good. Yep, so we just mix this around and let it really get shrivelly. Jeez. Ah! Okay. So when things fall, like I'm not putting that back in there because that's everywhere. So I'll be back and then we'll show you the final product and we'll go from there. Okay, I'm back. We're just about done here. I got the kitchen cleaned up there. Okay, so we're just kind of stirring the spinach back in there a little bit more. And this is pretty well done, ready to go. And boom, there you go. This is called the ground turkey. Well, I forget what we called it now. The ground turkey thing. The ground turkey thing. So the recipe for the ground turkey thing is, if you have any questions or you want more of the recipe in there, leave a comment below, like my page, and we'll go from there. So So when you do decide to serve this, I take this here little, this is my little bowl here that I use. You know, I'm not gonna eat right now because I'm full from my banana earlier. So you just go ahead and scoop it into your bowl like this. Then I'll go ahead and I'll take the chips and I'll take some salsa and I'll dump that on there. Another thing that a person could do, which actually I kind of totally forgot to do, which I'm gonna do right now. This is actually, in my opinion, the last ingredient. Is I'm gonna take the Tostitos chunky salsa medium, and I'm gonna go ahead and dump that in there. I got 2 salsas, so I'm gonna put a little bit more in here. This adds quite a bit of goodness to it. So just go ahead and stir it. Almost like making a spaghetti with no noodles and just all the other stuff. So I'll mix that in there. You don't have to do that. I do, because I like the taste of salsa, and I mean honestly, it really adds a lot to this. But what I'll do here is like say tonight when I eat this or whatever, I'll put it in my bowl. I'll put some salsa on top there, maybe mix it up a little bit. I'll probably take some cayenne pepper, maybe sprinkle that a little bit on there. No salt, the salt's already done. We don't want to do that. It's supposed to be a very healthy dinner or meal here. So, and I just take my chips and just snack as you're watching television or reading a book or whatever you do in the evening hours when you're done with work. What I'll do here is I cooked up a bigger batch. The reason being is I bought a whole bunch of these little plastic containers here because I'm gonna start freezing a lot of this stuff. Oh yeah, here I got this from Target the other day too, like a big old variety pack. Up and up, food storage. Yeah, so we're gonna put that, we're gonna freeze it, and so then when the busy working season comes here, like April, May, and all the way through the summer, I might not have a lot of time to do this kind of cooking stuff, so unfortunately you're not gonna see a lot of videos. I know, I'm sorry, but we'll be back at it again, you know, come fall time. But at least I'll have some food in the freezer. So that's it. So that is it. That is gonna be called the ground turkey thing. Pretty simple. It's fast to do. Clean your kitchen, everything like that. You know, when you're done, making sure all your actually that can be turned off and they can go on simmer now. So if yeah, again, if you have any questions or comments or anything, please leave them below and or at the bottom of the screen there, and like my page if you want to see more. If you want to see something different, let me know and I'll get on it. So not only am I doing, you know, some sort of cooking videos, you know, I've done some product reviews and you'll see a lot of my aerial photography as well. So like my page, tell me something or ask me something if you want to see something, and I'll do it. If it's not too ridiculous, I'll do it. Okay, thanks for watching.